This is Lemon's Car Spotting. You post to Instagram with the hashtag Lemon's Car Spotting. We pick the hooptiest.
They are so incredibly terrible.
And which one we want to become a real Lemons build.
It does car-like things. We've been pushing for one of those in Lemons too, and those are very affordable.
Hey everybody, it's Lemon's Car Spotting. This is really simple. You see stuff out in the wild, you post it to Instagram, hashtag Lemon's Car. Wait, how does that work? Lemon's Car. There we go. Lemon's Car Spotting. Hashtag Lemon's Car Spotting. We see them, we grab them, we look at them, we grab some of those that we find interesting, and we are now going to decide which one is the hooptiest and which one would we like to see put into a Lemons build. Shall we go, Eric?
I think we shall.
All right. Starting right off.
Oh, no, we got to do the...
oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Just letting it roll because this is YouTube. So, all right. So here's how we pick who is going to choose which of those two things. I have H written on my palm for, no, that's L. Oh, this is getting worse and worse for the Lemons build. H for the hooptiest. This is the only way that we can remember. And Eric's going to choose. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, go.
Stop.
Okay. That is the Lemons build.
All righty.
So you're choosing the Lemons build?
That is right.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to write down hooptiest. Let's go. We've already wasted a quarter of our show. So, all right. And we're starting off big with a Renault wagon.
Now, this was sold in the U.S., I think, very briefly and in
extraordinarily
small numbers.
The wagon, I don't remember the last time I've seen a wagon, but the sedan was sold. They must have sold tens of them.
Yeah. I believe they sold this as the Renault Sport Wagon for about a year.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. I was talking to Alan Galbraith this morning, Concours de Lemons, and he was like, what kind of cars are you guys dying to see in Lemons? And I have an answer for that, and it is related to this, which is the Renault Medallion, which was one of the worst cars ever built. It was part of the whole AMC Renault thing, got stuck with Chrysler, got sold as an Eagle with a 70,000 mile warranty on a Renault.
That was the Premier, wasn't it?
No, different car.
Different car?
Yeah, the Premier was a Renault 25, and the Medallion was like a Renault. It doesn't matter.
Twice as good as the Renault 12.
Yeah. It was an interference engine and had a serious timing belt problem, wherein the timing belt would fail at about 9,000 miles. And then with a 70,000 mile warranty on the car, Chrysler was out like 7 engines per car on the thing. So if you ever find a Renault/Eagle Medallion, bring it to Lemons.
All right.
You have to run about 6 laps to get an
Jeff Glenn, former National Cities Racing Champion 1995, Jeff Glenn, he had the sedan of this car painted up in white or Renault rally colors, and he drove the snot out of that thing on old car rallies. And there would be dudes, in their Jaguars and in their Maserati 3500s, and Jeff would just flying past them. And those things are so softly sprung. It would be canted like 35 degrees, and 2 wheels would be on the ground, and he would just dust them. It was so fun to watch.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was really good. All right, moving on to the next car. Well, God, not a whole lot to even say about this. Kind of the greatest car in the world. Ooh, and this is a 300 according to the hashtag.
2JZ. No shit.
So good. When I was running that car magazine, there were 3 press cars in like 3 years that I had that job before I said, I can't do this anymore. There were 3 delivery press cars that they dropped off that really impressed me. This was one of them, the 5-speed SC300. That's one of the greatest cars of all time. Just tail happy, long legged, quiet, smooth. A fabulous car.
Yeah. At this point, they all look like this and have been through 7 owners through various incarcerations. So, they're great to pick up for Lemons money. My
father-in-law has an SC400 of this vintage. And about 2 years into his ownership, he left it parked in San Francisco with the keys in the trunk, with the trunk open and the keys in the trunk. Some dude stole it, drove it around for like a month, beat the living crap out of it. And ever since then, that's what he rolls in. My father-in-law got it back. It's all kind of hammered, and he's rolling. It's so good. All right, next up. See if I know how to do this.
Oh, dang.
Terrible. So terrible. I'm gonna have to upsize this car because, from a passing glance, you'd go, oh, what a slab-sided MR2. So not an MR2.
Yeah. This is a Pulsar NX as spotted by our friends at Everyone Racers.
Yep.
In Pennsylvania, nonetheless, which is kind of amazing.
What, you mean because it hasn't rusted away?
Yeah. You would expect there to be, Swiss cheese body panels all over. And there probably are underneath some Bondo there, but I'm still rolling.
Oh.
We've had one of these in Lemons with the Sportback, which I think was the later version of it.
Why did Nissan, this is sort of when they turned the corner and never came back. I mean, how did they make a car of this vintage so wildly inferior to the Toyota equivalent? Just like slow and noisy and windy, and it doesn't track straight. I mean, how did they make it so crappy? I don't understand.
That's a great point. And again, Nick Pon and I have talked much lately about how Nissan has become the General Motors of Japan.
Yeah.
And I think it tracks all the way back to here when they were building this, and then they later built what was it? Oh, the other Pulsar, the NX 2000, and then they're building all these cars with no reason to build them.
Right. Yeah. So it is sort of like they saw a Cavalier of the same vintage and said, "Wait a minute, we're doing this wrong. That's what we should be doing." Yeah. And then the next generation, they saw an MX3 and said, "Wait a minute, we're doing it wrong." But then they couldn't build a car as good as an MX3.
Yeah.
Oh,
100%.
Very sad. Very sad. Next up. So I don't really know. Is that a Grand
It's like
Prix?
a Pontiac.
It's a Pontiac something or other, but I'm embarrassed to say, and we're going to get a whole raft of comments. In fact, go ahead and comment in the stream. I'm going to call it a Grand Prix convertible, but I just don't even know.
Yeah, they may have not been building convertibles. That might be a Landau top. It's hard to tell.
I think that's a convertible because the front, the header rail is separate. But yeah, that's got to be the very, very swan song, a 74, 75-ish, something like that.
Yeah, it's mid-70s because they've done that incredible cocaine rail design with the round headlights and the totally squared off car that makes no sense at all.
Yeah. Actually, all that said, I'd kind of rock that car. I mean,
I bet it's comfy as hell.
Yeah. No, that thing's pretty spectacular. And you just know, even from this distance, that's like the 8th coat of paint on that car. There's like 3/4 of an inch of paint everywhere on that car. All of the corners are sort of wavy and soft, all of the edges. So, yeah, that might be done with a roller.
Yeah, probably a 455 car.
Could be. This could be from the era where the 455 made about 104 horsepower. And you opened up the hood, and it was just a solid mass of undifferentiated hoses and pipes and cardboard baffles and crap like that.
We have had one of these in Lemons. It was a 71 or a 72, and the guy who built it is a suspension engineer. So it was ridiculously fast and would burn about 13 gallons of gas per hour.
So actually now I have a bit of a quandary, because is a car like this hooptier than the Pulsar? They're hoopty to the same degree in incredibly different ways. I'm gonna have to think about that as we roll on. Whole new realm. So that's a Riv from what, early 80s?
It could be 1983 or it could be 1997. It's really hard to tell with General Motors.
Yeah, that's true. And you would think that the people who were buying these cars, I mean, they were already a minimum of 75. And you would think that 15 years later, they would no longer be buying the car. But I guess there's always a new batch of people moving into the wrinkle village that's got to buy a car. So
I will spare you the GM A-body rant that I have. But
of course, exactly what this is and what body it is.
Well, no, it's a separate one. Maybe if we get a Cutlass Sierra, we can talk about it. But, Oldsmobile shot their foot off by canceling the car that was the permanent Coupemobile because it looked like 1974, basically.
Yeah, because of course someone is always entering the coot market.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
It's a good batch, by the way.
Yeah, no, it's really a good batch. It's really good. I don't even. Wow.
Model A?
I guess, or no, maybe it's a T. I think it's a T. Yeah, that's a T. I mean, this is getting so far out past, our expertise, which we don't have anyway.
Right.
That's pretty good. See, and if I were really an expert, I'd know how to remove the Lemon's car spotting line there, and at least, no, I'm not even going to screw with it because I'll screw it up. At least then we could see the whole car.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's some Jode action right there.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. My friend and contractor, Mike Freinberg, is desperate to do all of his work from now on in a Model A or Model T stake bed pickup truck, which that'd be great. Like you hire a guy to do $100,000 addition to your house. Ooh, gosh. I'm here. I mean, the stripy jumper overalls, with the oil can.
You got to have the mustache.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
Gerald's artisanal remodeling on the
door. The whole this old house routine, with the 90-pound crescent wrench that they all seem to have. Yeah, it'll be really good. So,
in fact, you should do all of the repairs with a 90-pound crescent wrench.
Yeah, well, which I think on this car you can. And look, we seem to be working a theme here. Man, wow. I'm guessing that all of those batteries are what is actually propelling this.
Yeah, the caption from BS, the bicycle specialist, pointing out this is a 110-year-old electric truck from General Motors, of course.
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be their rival to the F-150 electric.
Yeah, 100%. What is the opposite of lightning?
Heavening.
Yeah, whatever that is. It's
heavyifying. Add heaviness. So I'm not entirely clear why there are pallets of batteries on the bed where you're supposed to carry your, moonshine still and your suffrage parade. I don't exactly know. Uh-oh, wait, hold on.
Oh, he gone.
Did that wrong. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty good. Can that possibly be original? Were they making bodywork out of 2x4s? That has a real Muppet movie vibe to it. I don't think that's the way it was supposed to be.
Well, yeah, I'm sure that when you're running whatever that is, post remodeling, which was, I'm sure, something else in 1904,
yeah,
and something broke, you just grabbed a 2x4 off of the bed and replaced the part
with one of those hand-powered drills that you go like that. Yeah. All right, this is really a good batch of 10. Whoever did the picking on this one, this is outstanding. Here we go, the old Datsun Roadster, and I can't quite make out whether that's a 16 or a 2000. I think that's a 2000. It's a high windshield 2000.
There you go.
Pretty great car.
It's Johann Samantha in Arizona with that spot.
Pretty great cars. Not
almost too good for this group. Yeah,
I was gonna say not a whole lot I can really criticize about that car. It's like an MGB that kind of worked. Is that a DeSoto?
Yeah, good fins.
That's like a 58, 59. The says #59. Yeah. Truly heavy, big, horrible. This is really where Detroit's reach. 59 is really where their reach exceeded their grasp in kind of the most profound way for the very first time. Just sort of all downhill from here.
I think Chrysler of all totally lost the point in the late 50s. The DeSoto people who, take it with a grain of salt, but they have disowned these DeSotos of the late 50s. They are not.
That's bad. When the DeSoto club disowns you, it's funny because 57, MY 57. I mean, that's when Chrysler all of a sudden got its act together. I mean, they really radically changed the direction of Detroit and styling and everything else. And then 2 years later, that's it. It's all over. Like we had this brilliant idea. We changed everybody's thinking, and now it's a complete disaster. It really didn't take long.
It's funny how they went from no fins to the right amount to too much. And then like in the early 60s with the Valiants and the Darts and everything, they were just like, we'll just, the whole thing's fins. That's fine.
Yeah. It's like, forget the area rule. We're just, we're just making this thing crank. Have you ever driven one of these, by the way? I mean, all of these sort of 50s platform, but giant sort of 60s length and footprint, they're so incredibly bad. I mean, they feel every one of their 4,300 pounds.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah.
Really scare ball to drive.
That said, it would be great in lemons.
Yeah, no, I listen, I'm all for it. I mean, look how well the 61 Cadillac worked for Speedy Cop.
Yeah.
It worked great. And, well, not much to say. We could have a whole channel that just beats up on the Allanté dudes.
It's almost too easy.
Yeah. I wonder, clearly this guy who also was in Winkle Village, he was backing out and he hooked his front bumper corner on something and just ripped it off. And the question is, does he know yet?
It's funny. I was picking up dinner or something once, and some dude in like a couple years after this, like an STS, just straight up backed out of the spot and hit me. Like I was like stopped at a light, and he just backs out and clobbers me. I'm like, I just get out of the car and I'm like, what just happened, man? He's like, oh, I didn't see you there. He just opens his wallet, like pulls out $300 and hands it to me. And I'm just like, okay. This happens all the time. Clearly.
Yeah, well, he's coming preloaded with I backed into people cash.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised he didn't have it in pre-apportioned envelopes in his dash.
Yeah, pretty much. Just there we go. Yeah. I mean, I was driving my Focus that was pretty well toast at that point anyway. So he paid for the car. He basically bought it from me for $300.
Oh, that's really good. Hey, I got a question. Mm-hmm. I mean, I really like the lemon covering the license plate, but that raises a lot of questions. A, who even did that? Clearly that wasn't us. We don't care.
No, we don't.
And B, why is that a thing? I never understand. You go on Craigslist, everybody's got their thumb or the tip of their glands, over the license plate. Like, what do they think is going to happen? I don't get it.
Well, if your information is out there that hasn't been totally harvested from Russia via Google and all of the other thousands of places you have accounts, somebody might be able to search by your license plate and tell what county you live in, even though it's usually printed on the license plate.
I was going to say, like, as opposed to driving around with a license plate in the world.
I don't know. I've never understood that either. But.
Yeah. I don't get that. So the last
I especially love it when people do the finger trick, and then they're like, do not email me, call my phone number that is now on Craigslist.
Yeah, exactly. Call the digits, which I have put in a easily searchable form. Yeah. So before we leave the Allanté, I will just say we have a lot of fun at the Allanté's expense, but we have to admit the most reliable and successful American car in Lemon's history, probably Cadillac Allanté. So we might have to revise our thinking on that. Well, all right, Allanté, this could be the last time we give you a hard time, so enjoy it. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. We're back to the Renault.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what do we think?
This is a tough one.
Yeah, it is a tough one. It is a tough one. Although I think for me, it's pretty easy because the hooptiest is really already up on the screen. Yeah. A rusting, grass growing up through the floorboard Renault 12 sport wagon.
Yeah.
And I can tell from the bumpers, that's got to be like a 70s smog era vacuum hose, 2-barrel Solex something. Yeah, no question. That is your hooptiest car.
Or it's worse. It's an early attempt at fuel injection.
Right.
So
right, exactly. Which is a tiny, minuscule French man with a squirt gun. So he's like, yeah.
is Pierre the French Bulldog is in there.
Yeah,
Or-
yeah, exactly.
I gotta say, for a Lemons build, this is a very close second. You know, any Renault is
Yeah, no, this is a good candidate.
great for Lemons, but I gotta say, I think we are long overdue for Lemons' first DeSoto.
Yeah.
I would love to see that car in Lemons.
me,
Big fins.
Yeah. No, I can see that. There's your Lemons build.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you. That would be absolutely spectacular. And if you presented it just like this with numbers on it, oh,
It's beautiful. It's just like the Bonneville that runs out on the West Coast. 59 Bonneville. Same kind of awesomeness. This is a big two-door too. So
yeah. No, that'd be pretty spectacular. All right, remind me, because I haven't done one of these for about 10 episodes. How do we end? We just say goodbye?
Yeah, hey, thanks for watching. Make sure when you're out, tag your Lemons Car Spotting on Instagram whenever we find the banner, whatever.
Yeah.
And we'll be back next Thursday with a new episode. So make sure you check that out.
Alrighty, bye.